extra 2.8 rupees per unit if at all it exceeds 200 units. If your consumption exceeds 200 units, your power tariff is also increased. A lot of rules and caveats that the government has put in place. Let's break that down for you in this report.
The Siddaramaiah government fulfills its biggest poll promise: free 200 units of power. The Congress regime on Tuesday issued a notification making its poll guarantee a reality. Households won't be charged anything if their consumption is below 200 units, but it comes with some riders. Here is how it works. The state government will consider the average units consumed by a user in the last 12 months. If the average is 100 units per month, then the customer can get an additional 10% of free power. In this case, the user will get 110 units of free power and will be charged for anything above that.
ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು 200 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಬಿಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾದಂತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ವಯ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಬಾಡಿಗೆದಾರರು ಮನೆ ಯಜಮಾನರು ಅವ್ರು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು
The Karantaka Electricity Regulatory Commission has hiked electricity charges by 2.89 rupees per unit for users consuming more than 200 units. The BJP is up in arms against the Congress government, saying it is cheating people under the guise of free power. The opposition has slammed the hike in power tariff.
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सभी के लिए 200 यूनिट मुफ्त पे देंगे ऐसा गारंटी कार्ड दिए. बाद में क्या किया? हर यूनिट को 70 पैसा ज्यादा किया. नियरली 20% लोगों को फायदा है, 75% को लागू नहीं हो रहा है. ऐसे कंडीशन डाला है ये गवर्नमेंट.
There is several lapses are there. Whatever they announced before the election, how they announced now implementing issue. There is a lot of differences there. We must wait and watch. What is the repercussion? How much percentage will going to this government is going to reach that programs to the common man.
CM Siddaramaiah hit back at the BJP.
These people ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇವರು ಜನವಿರೋಧಿ ಪಕ್ಷ. ಇದು ಅವರು ಅಧಿಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಲಂಚ ಹೊಡೆದು
Consumers have been given a 3-month period to pay pending electricity bills as the new scheme will be implemented from July 1. Those who want to avail the scheme need to link their Aadhaar cards to the electricity connection.
Hiking the price on electricity unit came into discussion during BJP time, but now it has been imposed by the officials. But this will remain only for 1 month of June. With video journalist Shivamurthy Sagairas reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
All right, up next is the big story, the big controversy that's now brewing in the state of Karnataka. The Congress government has hinted at revoking the cow slaughter ban that was imposed when the BJP was in power. Barely 20 days coming into power in the state of Karnataka, Congress has now said, in fact, the animal husbandry minister himself has spoken about cow slaughter, saying it's not wrong to slaughter a cow. If you're slaughtering a bull or a buffalo, then what's wrong in slaughtering a cow? This, he says, in response to questions being asked on what kind of profits farmers have lost after the cow slaughter ban, and also saying, as he suggests, that the dead cows and old cows has become quite a burden for those breeding them to deal with. How to dispose them off has become really a task. Meanwhile, BJP and the right-wing Hindu groups up in arms against the Congress government in Karnataka. The Saffron Party has hit the streets, warning the government not to repeal the anti-cow slaughter law, staging demonstrations with the cows itself. These were images that came in from early today where BJP netas brought in cows and bulls and as symbolic protest, brought the animals with them to condemn the Congress government, saying they're hurting religious sentiments. Following this uproar, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has refrained from commenting and says There's no final decision taken on that. He's asked his cabinet minister to stay mum in the meanwhile.
1964 ಆಕ್ಟ್ 12 ವರ್ಷ ತುಂಬಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರಾಸುಗಳು, ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರಡು ರಾಸುಗಳು, ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯವಸಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರಾಸುಗಳು, ಈ ಥರ 1964 ಆಕ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಪಾಪ ಅದು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ 1964 ಆಕ್ಟ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ.
Whatever decision the government takes, it has to take in the consultation with the farmers of Karnataka, and whatever makes to make the lives of the farmers of Karnataka easier, we have to do that. That is our stand. And it has also become a sort of extortion business for few right-wing organizations. Those who pay them, they allow them to transport. Those who don't pay them, they are stopped. There is a big hangama over there. People are killed.
Is really condemnable. They are trying to disturb the peace of the state of Karnataka. They don't want any harmony. They don't want any issue to be settled. They want to constantly initiate violence. They want to disturb the peace of the people of the state of Karnataka.
All right, we have our guests joining us from the Congress and the BJP. Kavita Reddy, the spokesperson of the Congress, to give us an understanding on what the Congress is really mulling over. Narendra Rangappa, who is the BJP spokesperson, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to cut straight to Narendra Rangappa, the BJP spokesperson, on the Congress's intentions. At this point, Mr. Rangappa, the Congress has hinted that it's very likely that that cow slaughter ban that the BJP imposed when they were in power might just be revoked. And the reasons being given here is that it's costing the state exchequer, it's causing losses to the farmers. They are unable to dispose of dead cattle and old cattle. You don't know what to do. It's almost become a liability. And what's wrong if you're killing a buffalo or a bull? How is it wrong then to kill a cow? This is a question raised by the animal husbandry minister himself.
See, Congress has a duplicity of stand on anti-cow slaughter bill, and they blame BJP for everything else. Because these political parties are taking a stand on vote bank dynamics, and it is a very clear, obvious effect here. Because the cow slaughter bill is not a new thing for our Indian legal system. Because in 1948, the Mysore Prevention of Cow Slaughter Act is there. Then in 1964, reinforcement of the Mysore Slaughter Act. Then in 2021, we reinforced and redid the 1921 Act to give it a proper dynamic motion. See, this is how we have been functioning. But what are they doing? They're trying to instigate people. They're trying to divide the society on the basis of foot lines. They're trying to hurt the sentiments of some people. See, this is not the correct thing for any ruling party to be doing. And they themselves are not clear what they want to do. Siddaramaiah says we don't know anything. Still, we are going to sit in the cabinet and we are going to decide in the cabinet.
Well, Siddaramaiah says his minister hasn't phrased it right. I'm going to take that question to Kavita Reddy. In fact, Kavita, why don't you tell us? Siddaramaiah says, poor guy, he hasn't phrased it right. This is what he says in Kannada about Venkatesh, the animal husbandry minister, who said, what's wrong in killing a cow? If you're able to kill a bull or a buffalo, then how is this wrong? Give us a little more on what exactly did the animal husbandry minister really indicate? Is the Congress mulling over revoking the ban on cow slaughter, and why?
Definitely there is a process in terms of understanding what was passed by the BJP. See, the 1964 bill, which was there, which the CM referred, is the right one, where it talks about 12 years. And all the BJP did was just extend it by 1 year, and they made it as 13 years. And they put a lot of conditions, and these conditions basically gave rise to the vigilante and the kind of the Hindutva brigade can do anything and everything, taking law into their own hands. So Rizwan Arshad, who is our MLA, has very clearly put it out, saying that whatever decisions we are going to take, it will be pro-farmer decision, because end of it, whether it is not about just emotions for anybody else. It is also to do with the farmers. Let the farmers decide what is required for them, because this bill was there even earlier also in the form of 1964 one, where it 12 years was there. So at that time, nobody had any problem. All of a sudden, why BJP is making a problem and making an emotive
We are
issue?
not having
Because
problem,
this,
madam.
can we,
We are
just,
not
can you
having a
just keep
problem.
quiet? Can you
It
just
is
keep
your
quiet for a minute?
minister who is having
Can
a
you mute
problem.
him?
Not
Nabila,
the
this cannot
BJP.
go on like this. This cannot go on
The
like this.
minister is having a problem, not the BJP, madam.
Nabila, this cannot go on like this. Please mute him. I didn't speak when he was speaking. Give my time. We are part of the ruling party. We have to tell what we are trying to do.
I have to remind you what
Let
is happening
BJP
in
do
your party,
whatever
madam.
we don't care a damn what BJP thinks. We are very clear. We will decide based on what the farmers want. We are only
We
interested
understand,
in
Ms.
what the
Kavita.
farmers want.
We understand,
All
Ms.
the
Kavita,
inputs
but
from the
a
farmers
question
will
here.
be taken.
Cows are viewed as holy. It's almost worshipped here in
No,
India.
let me finish. Let me finish.
no.
Let me finish.
No,
Let
I've
me
given you
finish.
your time. Cows are holy.
No,
It's
let me
worshipped in
finish.
India.
He keeps
Is this not
interrupting.
hurting? Is this not hurting Hindu religious
No, it is
sentiments?
not. It is not for the fact that the decision has to be done by the farmers. And from 12 years to raising it to 13 years, how is it going to hurt the
Farmers,
sentiments? In Goa,
Nabila,
it is
can I come in,
yummy, and
please?
in Karnataka, it is mummy. In North, it is yummy, and in
Can I?
Karnataka, it is mummy. How the BJP stands completely exposed with the double standards they have. They have no nerve. People of Karnataka have rejected them. The farmers of Karnataka have rejected them for this foolish
there are a
approach.
couple of rulings,
We are
a
only
couple of
talking
issues that the
about
Congress seems to be adamant on revoking.
we are looking at a progressive bill where it benefits
Kavita,
the farmers.
Kavita, if I may, the Congress is also looking at revoking the hijab ban in education institutions. Is that right?
Farmers think, what the agricultural farmers of Karnataka think, that is what
Nabila, I
matters.
think you should
Kavita,
ask me
we've
to
heard
come
you.
in now.
Hold on.
It is
Kindly
all
allow me.
stories which they are trying
We
to
heard you. We
create.
heard you.
The emotive issues they're going to drive. Karnataka is not going to be run on emotions. We will not
All
allow
right, can
BJP
we
make
please
it as
tone
an
down her
issue which is
volume
going
there?
to
Let's
hurt
have the
people
BJP
of
spokesperson
Karnataka,
Narendra
hurt
speak.
hurt
Mr. Narendra, go on. Go on, Mr. Narendra. Your take on that. As we see, India is also one of the largest exporters of
and
beef.
in terms of how we
Could we please lower the
See-
volume of Kavita Reddy for a moment, please?
Nabila, let me tell you something as a doctor. There is a major issue with Indian beef because only the buffalo meat is being allowed to export to other countries. The second thing is there is no monitoring on the other varieties of beef category in India, and the fear of spreading infection and very dangerous infections like anthrax and cysticercosis is very common. So there is no proper guidance and health bulletins on the quality of beef from India. Let me be very clear. Number two is the sentimental fact. In India, beef is, the cow is having a very religious place. It is sentimentally important to some people. It is an economically very important animal for dairy and agriculture. And so far, the farmers didn't have any problem. It is Mr. Venkatesh and Mr. Sidramaya who seem to be having problem. The reason is very simple. They are trying to appease a certain segment of the society. In this endeavor, they are spoiling the peace and tranquility of Karnataka.
All right. Well, at this point, what we see here is that this has certainly sparked quite a flashpoint controversy that will escalate considering that a cow is known to be holy. The BJP has certainly upped the ante here, has promised to go out an all-out protest, especially in the Mysuru region, where BJP leaders have promised to hold a dharna. They were supposed to be carrying out a protest march this morning at the Freedom Park, but it seems like they've held on to that for a little while. Kavita, sorry, but we're short on time on that. We're slipping into a short break. We're, of course, going to continue all that and more coming in from Karnataka as the Congress government now at the helm of affairs. They are now going forward with at least mulling over, revoking multiple rulings, including that of cow slaughter and a lot more. I'm going to cut across to a small short break here. We're going to come back with much more. Devendra Fadnavis's wife, Amrita Fadnavis, has leveled extortion charges and allegations against a designer, Aniksha. The case has gotten murkier as investigations lead the investigators, to black money and a lot more. Stay with us.
the top faces of wrestlers' protest returned to work after a month. After their weekend meet with Home Minister Amit Shah, ace grapplers Sakshi Malik, Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogart have resumed duties at the Indian Railways. Sakshi further reiterated that their stir against the Wrestling Federation's boss Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who is accused of sexual harassment, will continue.
भी हमने अपना आंदोलन से जो स्टेप था वो बिल्कुल वापस नहीं लिया है और ना ही लेंगे। जब तक इंसाफ नहीं मिल जाता हमारी लड़ाई, हमारा सत्याग्रह जारी रहेगा और हम लड़ते रहेंगे। और रही बात रेलवे की, तो मेरी कुछ जिम्मेवारियां थी, तो मैंने यहाँ आके अपने एक दो काम देखे हैं। लेकिन ये बात मैं क्लियर करना चाहूंगी, ये अफवाहें जो है ये हमारे आंदोलन को कमजोर करने के लिए फैलाई जा रही है।
Sakshi's family has rejected reports of protest being called off.
आंदोलन प्रॉपर तरीके से चलता रहेगा। रही नौकरी ज्वाइन की, वो एक जिम्मेवार पद पे है, वहाँ जिम्मेवारी पद के हिसाब से वो दोनों काम संभाल रही है, आंदोलन भी संभाल रही है और अपने को जैसे जिम्मेवारी के पद के हिसाब से एक आध बार चली गई होगी तो नौकरी ज्वाइन ला लो या वैसे ला लो, मतलब एक बड़ा पद होने के कारण उसकी जिम्मेवारी बनती है, जो काम रुकता है तो उसको सुचारू रूप से चालू रखा जाए।
One of the complainants against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, a minor, has recorded a new statement before the magistrate. The contents of her new statement are not known. Meanwhile, Olympian Babita Fogart has praised the Narendra Modi government for the steps taken so far.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में जो भारत सरकार है और गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी के नेतृत्व में जिस तरह से जांच चल रही है और पुलिस इतनी गहनता के साथ जांच कर रही है और पूरी भारत सरकार उसके ऊपर पैनी नजर रखे हुई है और बहुत बारीकी से उसके अंदर जांच चल रही है। मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें मैंने पर्सनली देखी हैं कि किस तरीके से एक एक चीज को मतलब टटोला जा रहा है कि सच्चाई क्या है।
The wrestlers' late-night meeting with Amit Shah last week came a couple of days after they went to Haridwar to immerse their medals in Ganga. They had then set a deadline of 5 days for the government to act. Bureau Report, India Today.
Summers are devastating for stray animals. The scorching heat wave means animals living on the street struggle for water. Karma Foundation is on a mission to make life easy for stray animals.
This water bowl challenge is also one of such initiatives where we know during the scorching heats of summer has to provide the basic requirement for the health of the pet, which is water, and hence we are actually donating the water bowls.
These water bowls are a big relief for stray animals living under the open sky in sweltering weather. Karma Foundation has requested people to join their movement by placing a bowl of water outside their home or workplace. Bureau Report, India Today.
Yes, big breaking news coming in on the wrestlers' protest. A big development as we access, India Today accesses inside details of wrestlers' probe that we've accessed. Delhi Police House set to submit the status report in court in about 2 days' time. Minor withdraws charge and records a new statement. The minor in the case, who had recorded her statement under the POCSO Act, has withdrawn her charge and goes on to record a new statement. The question here being raised is whether the POCSO case against Brij Bhushan would be withdrawn Of course, we're going to continue tracking these updates coming in on the restless protest as that minor has now decided to withdraw and record a new statement against Brij Bhushan. Meanwhile, the cops are all probing into Vinesh Phogat's allegations against Brij Bhushan. Vinesh had claimed that Brij had molested her on October 16th and 17th in Delhi. He had called her to Delhi, and that was a time that he had molested her. Brij claims he wasn't even in Delhi at that point. These allegations are false. These investigations now intensifying, and big twist and development as it comes at this point is that the minor girl who had filed a POCSO case against Brij Bhushan, she's now withdrawn her charge and goes on to record a new statement. She's also, whether or not this is, there could be a likelihood that she could withdraw the POCSO case itself on Brij Bhushan, but that clarity is yet to come in. For now, what we know that she's withdrawn her charge to record a fresh new statement. We're going to continue tracking those developments. For now, thank you very much for watching 6 p.m. Prime. Do stay tuned on the other side. Our ground report coming in on the match that's taking place in London, the stadium, the Oval Stadium, where we see all the action. Nikhil Naz bringing us a lot more from there. Stay with us.